Why, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 7 of Showcase Central. I am your host, Nate Branco here, and I'm glad to bring this to you on a Monday night. I know I was busy. I usually like to get these episodes out in the afternoon. That way you guys can make your little parlays that I like to throw out after the show. But, hey, family calls, man. Family calls. And you know what? We're going to talk about some teams. We're going to talk about some stars. And we got an interesting Red Sox story for you guys today. And that one, you guys might want to sit tight for because, it was a doozy when I read it. I said, this is a crock of shit. So, grab your snacks, grab your drinks, kick back in a chair, and just listen to me flow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about red hot teams. Red hot teams, the two of them I would like to talk about, and that is the Chicago White Sox and the Seattle Mariners. But first, we're going to start off with the South Side. The South Side are on a 5-game winning streak. They are 32-27. Only a game behind the Guardians in the AL Central. They are 7-2 in their last 10 games. Wow. They have been killing it as of late. Let's just be real. And I will say this. The team that they have this year in that lineup, it's actually not bad at all. It's actually really, really good in terms of hitting, of course. You got Chase Midroff, you got Colson Montgomery, Miguel Vargas, and you got the little rookie sensation. He's out right now, but I hope he recovers soon. Minetaka Murakami. Let's just say, if you would ask me before the season if the White Sox were going to be any good, I would have said, hell no. I would have told you that Minetaka Murakami was probably going to be their only bright spot of the season. And he has. He's not the only one. All those guys I had just mentioned, they all play in the infield. They all play in the infield, and let's just say they are not disappointing the fans this year. They actually are giving them some hope in what could be a potential 500 season for the first time since 2021, and that was when Tony La Russa had his reins on the team. It's not only just them, but for a team that does not have much pitching, they did find themselves a potential ace in Davis Martin. Davis Martin is only 29 years old. He has 8 wins on the season. He has an ERA of 2, and he has 71 Ks on the 2026 campaign. Honestly, for a fan base that probably did not expect much out of this team this year, I would be grateful. I would, because that's just shocking right there. If Chicago can keep this up and stay at the pace of Cleveland in a very shitty AL Central, then this is definitely going to be a shocker, surprising team of the year. They could definitely turn some heads. And the second team that we will talk about, and that is the Seattle Mariners. We're going to go straight right to them, nose diving. They recently just swept the A's and the Diamondbacks. They are on a 6-win streak. They're on a 6-game winning streak. They're 8-2 in their last 10. Oh my God, I think the baseball gods have been listening to me. This is a team that I handpicked to win the World Series, and let's just say they're already kicking it on early. I don't want to jinx it. The offense is finally coming into life. The pitching looks solid. It's something I like to see. I'm enjoying this. I just hope that they can kick this up around September and October. They're starting in May, but we'll see what happens down the road. Let's just hope there's no Let's just hope there's no second half slump or anything. We never know. Let's talk about superstars real quick. Let's talk about superstars. We have a superstar that is finally, I think, coming back into his former self, his former MVP self. Ronald Acuna Jr., the cornerstone of the Atlanta Braves, the face of the franchise. I've always been a fan of Ronald Acuna. He is amazing. He is definitely the biggest spark plug that is on that Braves lineup, whether he's on the field or he's up at bat. He's just a presence you love to see there. Atlanta loves him. He loves them back. That's right. Ronald Acuna has homered in 4 straight games. He is in the history books as one of the 4 players since 1998 to record 5 home runs and 4+ stolen bases in a 4-game span. He is in a company with Shohei Ohtani, Eric Davis, and Willie Mays. If anything, that is elite company. That is awesome right there. That tells you how much that guy is just amazing, phenomenal, a generational talent, man. Big fan. Let's just hope he keeps this up because let's be real. I felt like in 2021, he was robbed of going to the World Series. I do remember 2021, he got injured in that year, and he actually missed out on the Braves World Series run. I do remember him getting injured in Miami that game. He had to leave. And then I remember seeing the reports that he was out for the season. Atlanta scrambled big time in that trade deadline because they picked up Eddie Rosario. They picked up Jock Peterson. They picked up Jorge Soler. They went all out on the outfield. And crazy enough, those 3 guys were actually pretty big parts in that championship series against, well, that whole championship run. They were big parts. And it was just a shame he wasn't part of it. And I know there have been times since then that he's been injured, but it's crazy because Atlanta goes on these crazy runs whenever Acuna's not in the lineup. But yet, they're just as good if he's in the lineup, which is pretty bonkers to me. I feel like Atlanta, in my opinion, is so much better with him than they are without him. But let me just tell you this, guys. Atlanta Braves fans, I will tell you this right now, and you guys know this for a fact. A healthy Acuna is definitely going to take you far. We all know it has taken you without him before, but keep Acuna healthy, and you guys will definitely see another World Series title. Maybe this year, maybe the nearby future. We may never know. Just take down the Dodgers first. Another superstar we will talk about right now is Elly De La Cruz, one of the most phenomenal players I've seen this generation. Oh my God, that guy with his speed. He's a 5'2" player all around. I love to see it. So he was just recently placed on the 10-day IL today due to a right hamstring strain. Excuse me. He left on Sunday's game in Sunday's win against the Braves. He is gone for at least 2 to 4 weeks, which that calls up Edwin Arroyo, who is the Reds' number 3 prospect to make his major league debut. He plays shortstop, but just before I came up to make this video, he was actually making his start at second base with Matt McLain making his start at short. I feel like with the time being, he's gonna float around between second and short, and he's just gonna be a little filler, and maybe he becomes a mainstay by the time that Elly comes back. But honestly, if I'm the Reds, I'm a little worried because obviously Ellie's the face, and you got they got major talent in that lineup. Tito is so lucky to have those guys in that lineup. Rookie Sal Stewart, you got Tyler Stevenson, you got Matt McLean, you got Gino Suarez, who is back with the team for 1 year. They just have so much. They have a red hot JJ DeBlay. That team's good, and they're actually a 500 team. They look really good this year. They just have to see if they can. They just have to see if they can take that division away from the Milwaukee Brewers, who have kept it hostage for the past few years. Okay. Here we go. Here we go with a story that literally had me hysterically laughing as I was reading it. I am here to entertain you guys with this damn story. So, Big Papi says that owner John Henry is worried about the direction of the Red Sox. Are we for real? Is he just now starting to worry? Like, dude, this is crazy to me. And he's just out of his mind, man. I know he owns Liverpool, he owns the Pittsburgh Penguins, he owns a stake here and there, but he's just losing his mind. David Ortiz spoke at his celebrity golf tournament, the David Ortiz Soiree of Hearts. The former Red Sox great said he's talked to Henry recently about the club's struggles. And I quote, "He's worried. We had a conversation. I can see. I've known John a long time, him and the whole team, him and Chairman Tom Werner, the whole group. They're working on figuring things out to get this ride better," he said on a Monday morning interview with the Associated Press. He knows the direction of this team, and he's worried about the team's situation more than what people think he is. Hiding your emotions, huh? Crazy. Ah, my God. Senile. Henry bought the team back in 2002. Let's just say he's had here and there some good strides with the team. In 24 years since he's had the team, he has won 4 World Series titles: 04, 07, 13, and 18. But what has he done in between? You could tell that there's no such thing as like a dynasty. We all know, we're seeing it with the Dodgers right now with somebody like Andrew Friedman. But yeah, the Sox were shitty. Like, I will tell you this right now. The Sox, if there's anything I had noticed for the past few decade, so I noticed this from 2013 when they won the World Series. They were shitty in 14 and 15, and then they come back and go to the playoffs in 16, and then they're shitty in 17. But then they come back and win the World Series in 2018. Like, but what have they done in 2018 since? They've only made 2 playoff appearances, and that was in 2021, and that was last year, in which they got eliminated by the Yankees. There's no growth. There's no growth within the roster and the team. You can see it. It's actually pretty ridiculous, man. One of the biggest things that I pointed out throughout this whole entire thing was that he's been in limited interviews the past few years and hasn't been part of a team news conference since the Mookie Betts trade back in 2020. What does that tell you right there? He stopped giving a shit 6 years ago. He stopped giving a shit. It's like, all right, we're we're gonna get rid of the cornerstone of our team. Yeah, where did that bring you? That set you guys back. Were you contenders? No. You were just more so getting to be the bottom of the barrel. They were lucky to freaking win, to go in the playoffs in 2021. I was shocked that actually happened because I was expecting them low expectations that year. And just they've shown no growth with the team. I hate to say it, but I don't know how he's won those past 4 World Series titles. It's with the talent he got at the time. They happened to just be really good. They went on really good runs. It was lovely to see. But what has he done since the 2020 season? We're gonna go list on some players right now, okay? So we're gonna go back. So aside from Mookie Betts, he lands Kyle Schwarber in the 2021 MLB trade deadline. Schwarber ended up being really good for the Sox, but they didn't even retain him for the very next year. They didn't retain him, and I was just like, oh my god, you just let this dude walk right to Philadelphia, and he just ends up having a really good tenure over there with Philadelphia. I mean, look at him, he's killing it. But and then, we have the whole Rafael Devers drama. Everybody knows about that. It was him not consulting with Alex Bregman that they were gonna sign Alex Bregman to have him fill third base, because we all know that was Rafi's position. He wanted Rafi to play first or even DH, and Rafi was not happy about it, and then Rafi showed his behavior, and Henry was not happy about it, and just it was a mess for the media in Boston last year. You could see it just with that left alone. It was just a little cancerous. And then, Alex Bregman, a guy that was actually, better than Rafi defensively, and maybe a little bit better with the bat. But the crazy part here is that he lets him walk after 1 year, because we all know Bregman had that little player option, whether he wanted to stay or not. But so he wanted to test the market. He wanted to test out what was best for him. The Sox tried to retain his services. Yeah, tried. They tried to retain his services by offering him more money. But apparently, we don't know what actually happened behind the scenes, but Bregman was not happy with the offer that the Sox gave him. If anything, if I had to guess, the Sox probably lowballed him. They probably did. I wouldn't doubt it. It's John Henry, and it's Craig Breslow. We'll get to Breslow in a little bit, but that's just... And then next thing you know, he walks off to Chicago. He's actually having a decent season over there. But it's just crazy. It's just him and these players and he wants to be cheap. It's just, you could tell he stopped caring a long time ago. If anything, dude, there's my one solution. Sell the team, okay? Sell the team. You save the rest of us a freaking headache, man. Well, you will reduce our migraines. You will give us some hope on a somewhat lost season that's happening right now. I just hope that the next team, who's the potential owners that get the Sox one day, actually treat the team with much love and respect, because Henry does not care. He has too many business suitors right now that he's taking care of. And that blimp that was up in Fenway not too long ago, keep spreading the message. And Red Sox fans, keep spreading the message. Sell the damn team. All right, now that I got that out of the way, let's talk about DraftKings, Nate's Little 3-team choice parlay as his locks for Tuesday. So I have the Yankees over the Guardians. I have the Tampa Bay Rays over the Tigers. And I have the LA Dodgers over the Diamondbacks. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on Monday's video. I know it's late. I had some family duties I had going on today, but I wanted to give you guys this video today. So I will see. Click like and subscribe on Showcase Central on YouTube. I will see you guys on Friday. You guys enjoy yourselves. Stay blessed. Enjoy your week. I'll see you guys then.